I would be remiss to not talk about this. The guy with the X-Men poster on his wall, not talking about the new X-Men cast that was just revealed. We got to do it. I'm Jim, this is Gen Zen, and I've got some predictions, judging from this cast, what the movie is going to be about. And plus, I have some thoughts. Is this the right cast? Did they do a good job? Let's talk about it. Now, first up is Kit Connor. Now, Kit Connor starred in a show called Heartstoppers, and he also did a play called Juliet. But from his performances in those two shows, I have a prediction. He's really good at playing like a in love, tormented, buff guy who has a deep, dark secret. You know what I mean? He played a gay character in Heartstopper. So he's really good at playing like an emotionally tortured, in love type of character. And I do believe that is what they're going for in this new X-Men movie. I believe that they are really going to play up the romance between Jean Grey and Cyclops, and that might be the foundation of the movie. Now they're going to have Mr. Sinister, and as you know, Mr. Sinister, his whole thing is about being this scientist that really messes with Jean Grey's and Cyclops' life. And speaking of which, we have Adam Driver. Now, Adam Driver, as you know, he was in the Star Wars movies. And if you're familiar with his career, okay, he can do anything. And he's going to be playing Mr. Sinister. And I, for one, am all for it. It's going to be really interesting to see what he brings to that villainous role. Next up, we have Samara Weaving playing Emma Frost. Now, if you were to take a picture of Emma Frost and just turn it into a real life person, you would get Samara Weaving. This casting gets an A+. She looks just like Emma. I love that. I love that feeling of just seeing just a physically perfect actor play a character that you've loved for so long. And after that, we've got Indy Neverready playing my favorite X-Man, Rogue. She had my favorite performance of the year with Obsession. And now she's going to be playing Rogue. She looks pretty much identical to her. My favorite performance playing my favorite character. I love that. This is an actress that can switch her emotions on a dime, right? She can go from charming and sweet to completely manic and insane. Now, if you're familiar with Rogue, her power is she touches you and she absorbs your mind, your history, your thoughts, your powers, your skills, but it's also very psychologically draining. Like, it's like she's having a schizophrenic episode. So if you're going to go for that type of performance, she's got this in spades. And next up, we have Sadie Sink. Now, you know me, I was very critical Jean Grey in Spider-Man Brand New Day. But that's not to say that Sadie Sink did not deliver a fantastic performance. Hopefully they will take her in a completely new direction. No more morally gray characters, okay? I'm tired of seeing of them. If you're gonna do a morally gray character, you still need to understand what heroism and villainy is. And these characters still need to be redeemable at the end of the day. And next up is one that's actually pretty controversial. We have Maya Boyd playing Storm, and she starred in a play called Juliet. I'm liking the direction that they're going. They need somebody theatric, somebody that could boast, somebody that can be graceful and do all this performance and do all this drama, right? And I see that in her Broadway performances. So I am happy with her. Now, there's a little bit of a controversy about her being too light-skinned. I think the drama started because there was a clip of her where she was sort of trying on makeup, but the makeup was really light, so she kind of looked light-skinned. And I think that's what everybody's going off of. But if you look at her regular, she is a typical dark-skinned, beautiful, black woman. Now, the other thing is they could just be crashing out because a lot of fan casts were not chosen. But here's the thing about that. All of those fan casts for Storm, they were all in like their late 30s and early 40s. Because clearly they want a younger cast that can, carry these characters maybe for the next 10, 20 years and still be believably young. And last but not least, we have Christopher Abbott as Professor X. Now, I looked at him, he has hair, and I was just kind of, whatever. But, if you take your hand and you just go like this, over his hair, you can kind of see it. You can see Professor X. Yeah, I see Professor X. I can see that. He looks a little bit older. He looks older. He looks wiser. I'm happy. So, yeah. So this is just a quick video. I'm not going to have any crazy editing or bells and whistles. I just want to give my thoughts and my predictions. So far, I'm pretty happy with the cast. We'll see what happens. We still got to find out if this story is good. Hopefully it's good. All right. So this is Jem for Gen Zen signing off.